Hi everyone, this is Ida of Created to Create. Welcome back to my channel. If you are not 18 years or older, this video content is not intended for you. I want to share with you all some, I've been waiting for this. I ordered this on Craftstash. And I saw that Hunky Dory had some acetate that had the snow on it. So I wanted to create, you guys remember I created the snow globe card. Well, I didn't have any snowy acetate, so I picked this up from Hunky Dory, and let's open it up. So this is 16 sheets, and they are an A4 size because this company is from the UK, so their sizing is different than ours. But this contains 16 sheets, and I'm gonna check to see how thick it is. Normally I don't have trouble with any of my acetate. I did have a question. Somebody asked me what kind of acetate that I use. I use just about any type of acetate. Even I reuse packaging. If I happen to buy a stamp or a die or whatever that had a piece of acetate and I put it in something else to organize it, because I tend to do that, I don't throw away the acetate or the hard plastic, clear plastic that it comes in. I just trim it down so it's flat, because sometimes it's not really flat. And then I put it in a sleeve, in a pocket, a sleeve, or something to protect it so it doesn't get scratched up. And I use just about anything. Oh, this feels pretty thick. This is nice. I'm going to pull out one so y'all can see. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So it's got the snow. I hope you can see that, and the glare's not really bad. But it does have the snow. It looks gray, but it's actually clear. It is nice. So I'm going to love playing with that. Now let's see if I can get it back in the package. And another thing that I picked up from them was their scoreboard, because I do have scoreboards. I have plenty of scoreboards. But I kind of like theirs, and I wanted to try it out. Let's see if I can get this in the package. And I wanted to try it out. So it came in today, and I also bought a book, because they have a book on different projects that you can do with their scoreboard. So I'm going to share that with you guys. Any of the links that I provide in the description box, if they're still available, I will link them in the description box. Those will be affiliate links whenever possible. And what that means is that if you're to purchase anything with those links that I provide, I will make a small commission. So this is the, let me move that. This is the adorable, what is it called? The adorable scoreboard. Now, normally their scoreboard is in purple, but they have a limited edition on this one, and it's pink. So I chose the pink, and this has measurements on both sides. So on this side where the score tool snaps in are the inches, and then when you flip it around, it is centimeters. One of the things that I like about this is that it sometimes we want to purchase something and it's in centimeters, and we don't know what size that would be in inches, because for us it's inches. Well, this is a great tool to use for figuring out how big certain things are for us that we do inches. So, and another thing, I was reading the packaging, trying to get familiar with this scoreboard, because I think that this scoreboard will probably replace my other ones. Now, on one side, I don't know if you can see it, but right here it says box lid. On the other side, right here, it says box base. So what this means is that when you're creating, let's say I'm creating a box with a lid. When I score for the lid, I'm going to push my paper all the way to the left, and I'm going to score where I'm supposed to. But when I'm making the base, the box part, that means I'm going to push it all the way over to this side, and the paper is going to slide into this little lip right here, and that's going to give me that little 1/8 of an inch that I need that it's going to be a little bit smaller, so that because always a lid has to be a little bit bigger. So that makes the box just an eighth of an inch smaller where the lid can fit perfectly on top. So I love that feature on this. I haven't tried it, but I'm going to try it with you guys. So I love that. They do have books on different projects that you can create with their scoreboard. And what I like about this is that I don't have to think about it anymore. Whenever I'm making a box, I'm always having to add that little extra and trying to figure out so it's not too loose. And now I don't have to worry about it because I can cut the paper the exact same size as my lid. But when I score it on this side, it's going to change. You're still going to score it the same. Like if I'm supposed to score it 3 inches, well, I would score it the 9, which is 1, 2, 3 inches. So I would score there. So it's still gonna, you're still gonna use the same score mark lines, but you're gonna be doing it on the opposite side. And because the paper pushes into this little lip here, it's taking away an eighth of an inch. So it's making it just a little bit smaller than the lid. So I like that I'm not gonna have to think about that anymore, that I can cut my papers the exact same size and score as normal. But I'll be using this and I'll be sharing with you guys on how to do that. Now the score tool just snaps in. And there's another thing I like about this, the score tool. This score tool is designed that, you know, normally when we score, we try to go like this and go all the way to the tip to score. Well, you don't have to do that with this. This actually is designed to go right into that notch. It gives you the little extra room, and you're going to score with the flat part, not with the tip. You're going to score with the flat part. So see, it slides right into that little notch, and I'll be able to score from top to bottom. And you can do a 12 by 12 piece of paper on here. So I really love that feature. And then again, this has room to just, you know, to hold the tool on there. It just snaps on there. Another thing that I like about it, it doesn't have any feet. It's not bulky. I'm not going to lose a little, you know, sometimes they have those little clear silicone dots or some type of rubber to keep from moving around or scratching. And that's all good. But sometimes when we work and we tend to not pay attention, we'll bump it on something and we'll lose one of those little rubber feet or something, and then our things are wonky. So this doesn't have anything like that. So if you want to protect your surface, just get a piece of vinyl or something, a white vinyl or whatever design you like to work on, because that way you won't damage your surface. I really don't think that this would really cause any damage to mine because I'm not really going to be sliding it around. I'm just going to pick it up and I'm going to set it down and I'm going to work with it. So that's another thing that I like. I also like this handle right here. It's very thin, guys. It's about, I'm going to say, gosh, I think at the widest part, maybe half an inch, maybe not even that, but around the perimeter, it's only about 1/4 of an inch thick. If I have a hook on my island or anywhere, I can just hang this on any hook. So I really like that feature. So then they thought of everything. Then they came out with these books that you can create different projects using their scoreboard. Now this does come in purple. The original color is purple. You can get it in purple, and the pink is a limited edition. I don't know how long they're going to have it for, but if I can find it, I will link it. If not, I will link, well, actually I will link both the purple and the pink. And I'm just going to kind of flip through this with you guys so y'all can see some of the projects. Right here is just introducing you to the scoreboard and how it works. So it has a section where it shows you how to do cards and some type of fancy fold cards as well. So it's giving you little, it gives you measurements step by step on how to do it. And then it also shows you a figure that you can follow. And then it has a section where you make like the stepper cards. I thought that was pretty cool because I can never remember those. Like I really have to, you know, crack my head to think about stuff like that sometimes. How to make easel cards, how to make acetate easel cards. So it's got a lot of information here. How to make the twisted easel card. So it's, you know, if you're a card maker and you have trouble and you don't want to be thinking about measurements, I think it's always good to learn, but sometimes we just need our brain just needs a little rest. And I don't want to have to think too hard about that. How to make boxes. Now, what I want to start out with, see, look at that box. For if you're giving somebody embossing powders, or I really don't know how deep this is, so I would have to create it. See, right here it's in centimeters, and some of the projects are in inches, but we can work on either side of our scoreboard, so it doesn't really matter. But what I wanted to share with y'all, how many of you wish that you had gotten the Concertina box from Tonic Studio? I wanted that, and I wasn't able to get it. It was sold out. When I saw this book, I saw that it had the directions on how to make one without a die. And I was looking at the opening right here of the box, and the opening right there is perfect if you want to send. Some of you like to create the 3x3 note cards. Well, those would fit perfectly in here, a nice set to give to somebody. So that's what I want to create, and that's what I want to share with you guys on I want to share the process with you, and that way you guys can follow along if you want. But I highly recommend this book, especially if you have trouble making boxes or you just don't want to think too hard. How many times have you ruined different pieces of cardstock because you're trying to create something and you got the measurements wrong? I know I have. So that's what I want to do. So make sure you grab your papers, select what you want to use if you want to follow along with me. And I want to create this box. And I'm going to be using my Hunky Dory new collection because I've been wanting to create with that. So that's what I'm going to use. Go ahead and grab your supplies and then we can get started.